today I'm outside in my local park. Okay, if you're still here, thank you for coming back. Really appreciate you taking the time to see what I've got on my mind. So today I want to talk about why I think choosing a calm life is great for me going forward. And I've got my notes again today. So yeah, if you bear with me, I'm in the park. It's not my place, so I have to be very respectful of everyone around me. So I don't want to be a nuisance. So if I stop, it's because I don't want to disturb anyone. Got my iPad, so if I look down, you know why. Hopefully I'm in frame. I'm not sure. I'm looking at the camera lens. Yeah, a lot of people use this park. It's a really big park, so it's really active. I don't believe it would be this active at this time. Look, they're super dirty. Let me clean these. Yeah, so today I want to talk about just living a purposeful life and just an unhectic life, really. Growing up, my life has been all over the place, really. I'm kind of amazed that I've made it this far. Not to say I've done anything dangerous or anything that's gonna put me in a position where I couldn't get to this life, or where I'm at today, should I say. But I'm always amazed at how far I've come, if that makes sense. And a lot of my friends as well. A lot of my friends kind of had the same kind of start as me. But yeah, childhood wasn't good, but that I didn't let that define who I am. I've always tried to be my own person, if that makes sense. Be into what I'm into, like what I like, do what I want to do, try what I want to try. But that's not to say I didn't experience a lot of issues and problems trying to do that. I've kind of come to the conclusion that you're not that important. And that's not to say I'm not important or you're not important, but it's not that serious. Our life is really precious and it's a blessing to be here. And it's amazing to be here as a human. But you and I aren't that important in the grand scheme of us being on a floating rock in space, orbiting the sun. Like, we're a grain in the sand we're less than a grain of sand in the grand scheme of things as an individual. So what's my new direction going forward? It's kind of what I've been putting off for a long time. So my new direction is instilling a lot of calm in my life. I don't want to be stressed. I've battled with so much stress in my life. I don't want to battle with it anymore. And that's not to say I will never be stressed again. But my life going forward is got to be focused on creating a calm space within myself, so that actually is translated outside. Why am I building a life around calm and not following the trend of motivation, really? I think motivation ruined my life. What I mean is, you watch and you consume and you read and you listen to so much motivational content like it's going to change your life. It doesn't. Only knowing who you are and having peace in your inner self is the only way to really be happy. If you're not happy, you can't build the life you want. If you don't build the life you want, you're always going to be unhappy. But it isn't motivation. Motivation is good up to a point. The most crucial thing is happiness within yourself, knowing who you are, and action. Now, that's not to say I've never had an action-driven mindset about achieving things, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be in Japan. Motivation is only good up to a certain point, so I've decided not to be motivated by motivation, if that makes sense. I might hear something really cool on social media and I think, yeah, that's really inspiring, but inspiration without action is just nothing. So if you're not inspired into action, then that motivation is rubbish. It's nothing. It's useless. It's like a double-edged sword. It works and it doesn't. For me, at this point in my life, motivation isn't enough. It's got to be pure action, whether I want to do it or not. It's just got to be raw, unfiltered action. For many years, really, motivation just made me stuck. I just wouldn't put in action. I wouldn't put the work in. If I would have put the work in when I was inspired to do so, then only God knows how my life would be right now. Think you're smart, Crow. Not on my watch, Dread. Alright, so let me get back to what I was talking about. Drink a swig of water. Swig. It's a proper British thing to say, isn't it? Hello, Mr. Crow. How are you doing today? Yeah, I want my life to be calm. It's calm, innit? You get me, bro? I want it to be calm. I don't want to be stressed about stupid things. I'm generally not worried about much things anymore. Used to be stressed about money, how people thought of me, what I looked like, just everything really. Growing up the way I did, it didn't really promote stability or self-confidence really. I wasn't confident at all in myself, and I recognize that now, and I'm a lot more confident in who I am as a person. But I think, yeah, living in a foreign country, doing what you say you're gonna do will change that. Anyway, I'm digressing. What does calm do? Calm lets you see things clearly. If you're agitated or you're stressed in your life, or you have a stressful life, then you can't see things clearly, as no matter how good you can see what's in front of you, if that makes sense. So calmness to me is clarity. By introducing calmness into my life, I can be clear about what I want and what I want to do, how I want to be, how I want to speak. And yeah, like I was saying, motivation, it's a short-lived thing. But calm, being calm in yourself, and I believe what I'm trying to say is knowing who you are is the greatest form of calm. And if you don't know who you are, you're always stressed. And I can speak from my own experience of that. But I was stressed that in the fact that I'm not the person, I'm not doing the thing, I'm not in the location that I want to be. It's all bullshit. So if you're just calm and stress-free as much as possible, a lot of clarity can come into your life. So that's where I'm heading going forward. That's what I want to introduce. That's what I'm introducing into my life. Stillness. Like, I've been living a life on a boat, just going in a circle in a massive ocean, because I have no direction. If someone gives you an opportunity, if you don't put the work in, you're not going to get the benefit of that opportunity. I'm just checking my notes because I know I'm quite a scatterbrained person, but I'm trying not to be. But it's okay. I've got notes. I wouldn't have had notes before. If you make a plan and you do the action of the plan, like I'm going to get up and I'm going to work out, and then you do that, you've won. Forget the end goal. The end goal is great, but I'm just forgetting the end goal. I know where it's gonna go, but I'm just forgetting about it. It's the action, man. It's the action. You do the action, you do the work, you do the thing, you do what you say, and then everything will just comes together. You've got to know who you are, and you only can know who you are if you're still in yourself. You're not busy inside. So that's why calm is important. We plan our life around our jobs. We make sure we're there on time. We make sure we do the tasks that's set by our boss. But we don't do that for our own life. And if you just flipped it and scheduled your life like it was a job, a lot of the problems that you have, a lot of the things that you don't like about your life will change instantly. For example, I want to change my job, right? So I can't just say I want to change my job. I've got to do the actions that someone that wants a new job takes. Look online, upskill, apply for jobs, do the interviews, do the research, find out what you can do, make connections. I've got to do all that. I want to do lots of creative projects, and I've got to do the action to go with that. I can't just say I want to do it. For example, this channel, I've got to, if I think of something that I want to talk about, I've got to write it down, I've got to make notes. I've kind of make a loose plan. If I've got a loose plan of action, then I can kind of do what's necessary to complete the task, right? The last 6 to 8 months have been really hard because, as I mentioned before in my first video, I lost my mum last year, and that was tough. A lot of crazy things was just whirling around in my head. Yeah, I think it started before that, just a little bit of a gas fire. After my mum passed, the flames just exploded, but nothing was outside, nothing. I didn't show her nothing. So inside was chaos, so nothing got done. So you have to make inside calm. It's going to be a gentle rain at most inside. Don't get stressed about stuff. Try not to be. How am I bringing calmness into my life? As I said, not stressing about things, being prepared, because if I'm prepared, I'm calm. I don't have to worry about the task in hand. I know what I'm doing. Doing what I say, and if I don't get the time to do what I planned I was going to do it tomorrow. I'm only human. I'm not going to get to do everything. And don't get stressed so much. Just let it go. I think it's Marcus Aurelius, I might be wrong. This too shall pass. Really kind of played on my mind that saying. It's been really hard, but this too shall pass. Even during happy times, this too shall pass. So you just gotta have a kind of calm happiness inside. And that's what I'm working on daily at the moment. If you've got chaos inside, you're not gonna have any kind of solid ground, any solid foundation. It's not gonna work at all. If you have a solid foundation inside, you can build a real life, really, a non-superficial life, authentic life, because you're choosing what you know true to be to you. Stress isn't worth your time. Anyway, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Until the next one, peace. My hands are cold. Peace. Bye bye.